The history and origin of the Cobbs Convenience Center is one as diverse as Waco's itself. Beginning in 1988, the City of Waco and the Clean Community System, known presently as Keep Waco Beautiful, began a complex joint public education program that included plans for a publicly accessed drop-off recycling center for common household recyclables. After several years of transition, the City of Waco emerged as the primary funding source for the Cobbs Convenience Center, and in early 1997 began solely operating the recycling drop-off center at the Cobbs Drive collection station. Later, the City of Waco expanded its offerings to include an array of new environmentally friendly services to encourage good stewardship. Any customer can drop off brush, household appliances, and so-called white goods, not containing Freon, and common household recyclables such as aluminum cans, steel cans, glass containers, plastic containers, and paper of all types. Waco residents can bring used motor oil and filters, passenger tires up to 5 per month, usable latex paint, bulky waste such as furniture, and electronic waste. The Cobbs Convenience Center remains highly operable to this date, providing the community with the ultimate go-to site for properly recycling thanks to its centralized location and courteous facilitators. You can learn more by calling Waco Solid Waste Customer Service at 299-2612. What is recycled and what happens to the various recyclables in the City of Waco? Steel cans. Also known as tin cans, recycled steel cans are frequently sought after for the production of various steel products such as automobiles, construction materials, and so forth. It's estimated that every day Americans use more than 100 million steel cans, recycling an estimated average of 566 each second. Recycling steel cans can save 3/4 of the energy needed to produce a can from virgin resources. In Waco, all recycled steel cans are sold to a large scrap metal business that turns unneeded steel cans into new items, while concurrently retaining the economic benefits of the recycling products within our own community. Paper is one of the most recycled items in our nation. In fact, as of 1994, more paper was being recovered and recycled than was entombed within landfills. In Waco, all recycled paper is sent to the Waco Recycler, where it's sorted according to type, baled, and sold on to the global market. Each bale of paper generated from Waco's recycling program directly benefits our community by creating jobs at local recycling facilities and by keeping solid waste disposal fees to a minimum for the entire community. There are 7 different types of thermoplastics, each of which is easily identified by a specific number, ranging from 1 to 7. Each number corresponds to a specific plastic, worth varying premiums because of differing demands and recycling processes. Plastics can be recycled into a wide variety of items, ranging from carpet and clothing to auto parts and new storage containers. At present, the only plastic not recycled within the City of Waco is styrofoam. Much like with recycling paper, recycled plastics are sent to the Waco Recycler where they're sorted by type, baled, and sold on the open market. Thanks to our largely supported community-wide recycling process, Waco recycling businesses continue to flourish and employ local taxpayers with jobs that originate every time a community patron chooses to recycle their waste. Glass bottles are one of the greatest products to recycle, with all glass being fully recyclable and using a true closed-loop system that produces no wasteful byproducts. Recycling 1 ton of glass saves the energy because making glass from coulant, which is a small pieces of glass, takes less energy than making it from new materials. Luckily for our community, the Cobbs Convenience Center offers glass recycling. The glass bottles and jars taken to the Cobbs Convenience Center are sent to a recycler in Midlothian, where they're ground into coulant and used anew for Texans everywhere. Aluminum is arguably one of the most important metals in our daily lives. More than half of all newly produced aluminum originates from recycled scrap aluminum, both for cans and for other miscellaneous items. Locally, the City of Waco's aluminum cans are sold to a Waco-based metal recycling business, where the cans are baled and shipped to an aluminum smelter that recycles the waste into new products ready for fresh consumption. A few fun facts pertaining to recycling aluminum include recycling a single aluminum can conserves enough energy to run a standard television set for 3 hours. The typical aluminum can possesses roughly 68% recycled content. Once recycled, a used aluminum can is recast and back on the shelf in between 60 and 90 days. In the United States, over 100,000 aluminum cans are recycled every minute. And despite an estimated 53 billion cans recycled during the year 2013, experts speculate that over $1.1 billion worth of aluminum cans were squandered into landfills instead of being salvaged by the general public to help create jobs within the domestic sector. Sometimes referred to as e-waste, electronic waste has become much more common during the past few years as community members' needs for electrically powered items has boomed. Electronic waste is more or less defined as unwanted items requiring either batteries or a cord. Often, these wastes should be handled carefully and not go into the landfill because of the toxic materials they contain. Fortunately for Wacoans, the Cobbs Convenience Center houses an exceptional e-waste recycling program designed to provide community members with an easily accessible option for properly disposing of said waste at no extra charge. A list of these wastes and their recycling processes can be discovered following a quick phone call to the Waco Solid Waste Department or a trip online to the Solid Waste Department's website.